Hey, it's your boy DJ Wolf. Let me cut the music off for a second, man. I'm extremely saddened, devastated, hurt, anguish. I don't even know. It's just so many things that I'm feeling right now about the death of one of my all-time favorite artists, Prince Rogers Nelson, also known as Prince. I got the news around noontime today. Right? He actually died. I think they say he died around 10 o'clock this morning, or it was pronounced dead at 10 o'clock this morning. Here's the thing. Honestly, I don't even know what to say anymore, because Prince was my icon. He was one of, I'll say next to Michael Jackson. I ain't gonna say next to Michael Jackson. Prince was the man. You know, to sit there and say next to Michael Jackson, I said no, not to give Michael Jackson his props. Michael Jackson was bad in his own right. Prince was bad in his own right and took him to another level. Prince was more badass. I'm going to tell you the truth in a lot of ways. And I'm definitely going to do a show on that. I might do a 2-night show on this, because that's how much this is affecting me. My son, actually, I already talked to Lil B. He wants to do a show. We are going to do a show. That's my word. I'm going to try. I know I got some other stuff I got to do. I'm going to try to do a show tonight and a show tomorrow. This fool. Boy, I tell you, these people just drive like fools out here. He's just going to jump out there in the middle of people coming across here on the green light. The green light is in our favor. Anyway, let me get back. But back to Prince, man. I was around 12 noon. I heard about it today, around noontime. And they were saying, the local news station here reported there was a death at the Prince compound at Palazzi Park. And I was like, man, come on now. I hope it's not him. And I know I heard about he was sick last week. He had to cancel 2 concerts. He was down with the flu. And sure enough, within about an hour, they had made the announcement all over the place. It was everywhere. Tributes was going from Fox News, CNN, even on Facebook. I don't even know what to say. All I know is I'm going to miss his music. I'm going to miss what this artist meant to me as an artist. Purple Rain was the only movie I can honestly say it wasn't the only movie, but it was the first musical movie I almost ever cried at. And I was with a buddy of mine when we went to go see it when the day it came out on a Wednesday in 1984. And I was like, wow. Purple Rain spoke, the song alone, let alone that scene, but the song alone spoke volumes to me. It really spoke a lot of my stuff that I've had to deal with personally in my life. That song really was it was probably the first song that I could completely identify with as far as my personal issues, personal struggles I had. Hell of a song. Still is. But that and When Doves Cry, 2 of my all-time favorite Prince songs. I haven't been this devastated since the day Michael Jackson died. And that it rocked me. It shook the rafters, and it shook the rafters with this too. Just like David Bowie's did too. I'm not gonna kid. That last video was one of the most haunting music videos I've ever seen of any artist, especially any artist that was going through what he was going through. But Prince, man, this was very suddenly, unexpected. No one, I don't think, really knew what was really going on with Prince last few years anyway of his life. But I mark my word, I'm definitely going to do a show on this tonight and probably tomorrow. Even if I had to just do it on what I'm doing on the road, or similar to what I usually use anyway. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it in the studio or not, but I'm going to mark my word. I'm doing a show tonight and tomorrow. I may even implement a special Blog Talk Radio podcast If you hear me on Blog Talk Radio, which if I do it tomorrow night, because my son said he wants to call in, it's 347-426-3596. That's 347-426-3596 tomorrow night. Tonight, I think I'm just going to do a show and post it on here. I'm just so devastated. Matter of fact, I'm going to post. I'll probably do a Periscope pretty soon about this, because I'm like, wow, this news shook me, man. I almost couldn't even complete my task at work today. I was so shook up about it. I don't mean visibly shaken. I mean slightly mentally shaken about it, because it bothered me. I mean, this was a guy who wrote songs about love and about peace, man. I was also reminded that Prince was the artist who did a concert in Baltimore honoring Freddie Gray and the injustices has been going on against black men in this country over the last few years. He did an entire concert about that. That's the kind of guy Prince was. Just like Michael Jackson, Prince was like that too. And it's like, I don't know. I just don't know what to say right now. The thought of me being in a world without artists like Prince or Michael Jackson is kind of like a world without real music. It really is. And I don't think that I'll be able to listen to some of his music the same way. Just like Michael Jackson, I'm just really starting to really get used to listening to Michael Jackson music now. And Prince, but that's that. I mean, he's made so many great hits, man. I could name them all, but I'm like right now, I'm not even wrapped around naming off the music. I'm just wrapped around what happened to him, and that's how devastated I am. I'm very, very devastated. I was supposed to go to. I got a rehearsal tonight with my church choir. I'm gonna try to get out there, but the traffic's so bad, I don't even know I'm going down anyway. I'm gonna try to get out there though. But nevertheless, well, either way, I'm gonna perform, so I'm gonna make sure I do that. But wow, this thing is like, wow. I'm sad. I'm very, very sad by that. Somebody said on Facebook, I thought it was a celebrity, said it was like I just lost a family member. That's kind of how I felt when Red Fox passed away, because my whole family used to watch Sanford and Son religiously when it was on network television. Okay, it was like, I think it was like the number one show on Friday nights on ABC for a number of years. And I used to ask my friend, "What time is it?" It's quarter 8. Man, get on, go watch Sanford and Son. It was like going to Sanford and me. It was like that rocked me too, because Red Fox, to me, he was like the grandfather I never knew. For real. That's his character was like that to me, very much so. He identify him as kind of like a grandfather or uncle or something like that. And that shook that rat. That really did. That bothered me too. But Prince, man, I was like, wow, this is one of those times, man. It's just, but he made so many great songs. Not all of his songs was about banging girls. Not all of his songs were about hate. Most of his songs weren't about hate anyway. Most of his songs were about love. Most of the songs were about peace. A lot of songs. Most of the songs were about talking about injustice. Not all of the songs, but a number of songs were. Prince was the all-around connoisseur. To me, I would compare him and Bowie. I would compare Bowie to Prince and Prince to Bowie, because they were two peas in a pod, musically. Bowie crossed over several genres of music, and so did Prince. Prince did rock, soul, R&B, blues, jazz. Don't think he did country. But he did alternative. He did it all. He played over, I think, 20-some-odd different musical instruments. He sang in 5 octaves, if I'm not mistaken. He was a beast, man. He was an all-around talent. I'm glad that I got the chance to see him. My wife and I went to go see him in 1997. She had won 2 tickets from a local station out here in the DMV. And we were fortunate. We didn't have the best seats, but hell, it was Prince. At least we were there to see him. And that's the That's actually the last concert I went to go see was Prince. Yep, the very last concert I saw was in 1997. I think before that I saw George Clinton. And before that, years ago when I was in high school, I saw Isley Brothers. And before that I saw the Gap Band. And before that I saw Sugar Hill Gang. But it's just, it's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow. It really is. I mean, I'm just, like I said again, I'm heartbroken. I'm devastated. I'm stunned. I'm almost completely dumbfounded. It's just one of those celebrity deaths that actually had a real effect on me. I mean, it's like, wow. I just, wow. I know I was on Facebook a little while ago and people were just blowing it up. They were talking about, they were giving out their heartfelt condolences, and I did the same thing. I'm going to do some on Twitter as well as on YouTube and my other social media outlets as well. It's just, wow. I'm just at a loss of words, man. And like I said, the two songs I identify with that identify my life was When Doves Cry and Purple Rain. Those two, the Doves Cry definitely is one, for real. That song kind of described my folks in terms of my relationship with them to a T. Wow. Wow. I didn't even know, I found not only Prince, I knew his father was supposed to had been in music. They said his father and mother were both into it. Prince, I think, was the only son from what I read, and he had a sister. And his folks divorced when he was like 10, from my understanding. And he started in the band when he was in high school. And he also played basketball. And then he actually signed a deal with Warner Brothers about a year or two later after he was in the band with his uncle. I think his uncle had a group for about a minute. I don't know how big they were, but I don't think they were that big. But anyway, the body of work is just tremendous. And like I said, those of you who are listening who don't know Prince music, this is as good of a time as any to really get to know the artist that he really was about. And I put a quote on Facebook today saying, I just said, with kind of a question mark, exclamation point, Prince is dead. And I was just like, I'm done. Music, music is not the same. Well, not to be the same. It has something to do about music not being the same anymore. It's like the music that we all once knew is no longer is not around anymore. Done. And I do feel that way. Now, don't get me wrong. I love hip hop. I love the way you create beats now on electronically and all that. I'm still doing that, as well as DJing. But real live music is really good music to me. Still is. I love live music. And Prince was all about the live music. I actually just saw him do a performance with Larry Graham not too long ago on YouTube. Killer performance. And they were talking about his Super Bowl performance, which was one of the best Super Bowl performances I ever seen. It was killer performance. And I saw one year where he went on American Idol and completely shut American Idol down. He shut it down. For real. He pimped out American Idol. I think it was supposedly was a surprise performance, but he went on American Idol and destroyed. I was like, wow, nobody's done that. As a matter of fact, of all music performers, guess who ever came on American Idol? I never seen him do it the way he did. Real talk. Okay. What kind of puzzles me is why him and Michael Jackson ever had a beef. I'll never understand it. But then I heard Al Sharpton burp out on MSNBC a little while ago saying that Prince said Michael Jackson didn't really hate each other. They had general mutual respect for each other. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think Prince was a big fan of Michael Jackson. I can tell you that right up front. And I know Michael wasn't a big fan of Prince. That's kind of well known. But Quincy Jones did an interview a few years ago saying that Prince and Michael Jackson was supposed to have been doing the record on Michael's album Bad. And the line was that Michael started out the song saying, "Your butt is mine," and Prince wasn't feeling it. And that was pretty much the end of it. They say he walked out. Yeah. And that was according to Quincy Jones. So, but in any case, I'm trying to reel over it. I'm trying to wrap it around my head. As soon as I get some more information on it, I'll talk about it tonight. I'm going to talk about it. Now I'm going to talk about that and about these passings of some of the biggest music legends of all time. I mean, David Bowie, Prince, Glenn Frey from the Eagles, Natalie Cole. Those just a few to name. And to me, I was thinking, because me and a coworker I was talking, they was like, it's like all the great big legendary artists are gone. They're all gone. Most of them aren't even that old. That's what really freaked me out. You know, I mean, they're gone. I mean, it's really sad to me. I mean, it's like, look at like Gerald Levert. Gerald Levert passed away at 40. Was it 42? Something like that. 40, 42 years old, something like that. No, he was 40. And it's just like, it's still shocking to me. And that was my homeboy. And his brother died 2 years later. You know, and Gerald Levert was his own legend. His father was a legend, but he was a legend in his own right. It's like, damn. You know, I mean, he had been a big name for 20 years, but still, you know, Gerald Levert still had a lot of singing to do. But the line was, I know a couple of people, from what I heard from my hometown, from people in my hometown, they was, and now from sources I read, they were saying that Gerald didn't think that people had really accepted, you know, what he was doing. He didn't feel that he was getting the love he should have got from home. And I kind of agree with that. I know how that is. I kind of felt the same way, you know. But he still made, you know, Cleveland area his home. It still was home. He grew up there. His history was there, just like my history was there. You know. The difference was, one day I'll tell you all about why I had to do it. I had to uproot and come on to the DMV one day. So, but you know, I hope that Prince realized, and I know he does, that he was much appreciated as an artist as well as a humanitarian. You know, and that's real talk, baby. We'll miss you, dog, very much. All right, guys, I'm getting a little bit sentimental right now. Like I said, I'm gonna get some more information on it, and hopefully we can get a show going tonight. Definitely gotta talk about it. Even if I had to bring Blog Talk Radio back, we gotta talk about this one. All right, guys. Questions or comments? Of course, you can always reach me on my email at foralltohear@gmail.com. That's with the number 2, foralltohear@gmail.com. You can also reach me on my other email at foralltohear@outlook.com. And my Twitter page is at foralltohear on Twitter. And my YouTube channel is For All To Hear TV. All right, guys. When corresponding to me, make sure you put the number 2 in For All To Hear. Also, I got a lot more to say on the back burner about this and other related topics to Prince and other topics. All right, guys. I'm on. Go ahead. I got some things to do, and hopefully I'll try to get the show on the air. Hopefully before 10 o'clock tonight, because I got stuff I got to take care of tonight, guys. I don't even know if I'm making a rehearsal tonight because this traffic is backed up. All right, guys. It's DJ Wolf. Talk to you guys later.